Hello and welcome to another episode of Alan Develops. Today we'll be working on the monk. It's a character sheet for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We're sketching out the monk statistics and some of the background additional stuff that we haven't had a chance to work on. Let's work on the obvious stuff. Monk, it's a 20th level character. There's the escape from Carceri. If you're not familiar with it now, they're trying to escape from Carceri. They're a motley group. And let's see, Outcast, I think. Outscat? No. Cast. Totally different. Alright, as usual, there's no bothering with a player name or a race. The player will figure that all out. Alignment, monks are lawful, but he also doesn't give a shit, so lawful neutral. I don't think I've got any evil characters in here, which is fine. Before I've dealt with evil characters and having them involved there, and it's selfish is okay, but evil takes a little work. Proficiency bonus, it's not +3, it's going to be like +6. All right. Next, we're going to move on to the stats. The stats are the first thing a player sees, and we need to make sure that it works for them. So, strength is already the purview of the paladin. Dexterity is already the purview of the rogue. I don't think we have any question. Intelligence belongs to the wizard. Wisdom belongs to the cleric. Charisma belongs to the bard. I guess it's constitution for the monk. The enduring part of things. And that's fine. 16, 18. What are they short on? Charisma. Wisdom, pretty good. Intelligence, pretty good. Alright, because these are level 20 characters, they're really, really good at what they do. Alright, so Constitution, Dexterity, because again, monk, and Wisdom. Sounds good. Alright, skills are the next important part of things. Monks, I can give them esoteric stuff like, well, acrobatics, sure. Animal handling's right out. Arcana doesn't seem to fit too much, but there is the idea of nature. Do I want religion? No, I don't think this monk is religious per se. Stealth, yes. Survival, absolutely. All right. No performance. Perception, sure. Not necessarily insight. Insight's a quasi-charisma skill. I'm going to avoid that. Medicine, it doesn't hurt too badly. Someone with that understanding. And do I want to do history? What kind of smarts do they have? I don't think they've studied history per se. Besides, that's 6 slots, so I think that's good. I think a player will be able to do something with that. I'm not even sure what hit dice they have. All right, not important. Personality traits. You were not born, but made. And by the strongest hands. All right. I'll keep the backstory out of this part. Not born, but made. Perfection is attainable. Perfection is attainable. Now there would be some people who say, well, perfection isn't attainable. Perfection is a goal rather than a blah 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 blah. The monk feels differently. The monk feels that you can, in fact, perfect something. You cannot necessarily perfect everything, but you can perfect something. In something. All right, that's a bit of wisdom. Other personality traits. Let's see. They don't get along well with others. They really don't get along with it. Uh, the monk came to Carceri. Um, oh, that's right. Let me not flick over. This isn't the wizard. This is they're not angelic and things. They are man-made. They're always been an outcast. They've always been an outsider. Groups are not people. All right. Born, but also made. Okay. Groups are not people. I don't know. The monk doesn't have. The monk is really a set of cool skills masquerading as a. I think 3 is enough. Let me put it that way. He's masquerading as a character right now. Ideals. What is their ideal? Perfection. Perfection and nothing less. Bonds. What do they feel themselves bound to? A word is as good as an act. A word is as good as an act. And I always keep my word. Always keep my word. That's true. All right, there we go. There is no good or evil, only action. Action and reaction. He really believes that these, bow staff, shuriken. Can I give them something else from the Far East that makes plenty of sense? They have a piercing weapon. They have a blunt weapon. I'd prefer them to have a slashing weapon of some sort, but that will be part of their special fist things, where they can basically make their fist to be blunt, be piercing, or be slashing. So I don't really care too much about that. All right, monk stuff. Lots of martial and key stuff. Things. There's going to be a lot of stuff that they can do, and this might overwhelm a player, but it all ties down to bonus actions and how much they can do. All right. What do they? We had somebody who did like boats things. Another did masonry. What is the monk good at in terms of crafting something? Well, masonry is putting things together. Is carving, stone, wood, whatever. Because again, it's a monk and they do weird stuff with their fingers. Okay, carving, stone. Is that technically scrimshaw? Bone, whatever. Okay. Various wind instruments. Play forever. Basically, that's circular breathing. That's the Kenny G thing, where you can do it. Languages: common, uncommon, rare. Now that's funny, but that's not indicative of the player. Okay, I can't use that. So common, smattering of other tongues. The high cant of the monasterial life. And of course, draconic, because it really uses the lungs. Okay, there we go. Money. I'm going to give them 2 copper. Moving on. Equipment. The monk does not have a lot of equipment. The monk is a living weapon. They have some magic items, I recall, but I'm not going to be looking at that stuff right now, because also it turns out it'll kill the other recording. We had that with the paladin. If you were there for that, I'm still apologize for that. So, bow staff, various magical thingies. Walking sandals. What else? Cooking kit. Largely unused. Simple backpack. All right. Oh, one other thing I need to put in here. Timeless. Ignore the flow of the passage of time. Immune to temporal effects. The monk simply is. They've reached that point where they simply are. All right, allies and organizations. This is funny because they're about 30 years out of things. So the monastery at Grey Pass. What is a monk called when they're just a monk? The abbey at Three Forks. What is it called when they're oh, it's a retreat of sorts. It's a retreat at Soul Hill. Okay, so we've given 3 areas where they might go to. That peddler who fixes my sandals. We're getting into actual people here. That rice merchant. That rice merchant who had a child. The rice person who had a child. See, the monk doesn't really connect with people. Something else funny. Where they go to a farmer somewhere in the West Province. There we go. See, those are all your allies and organizations. Character story. Some are born, but you can also be made. Forged over long years of introspection and training. Straining? Forged over long years of introspection and training. What do we call? You are a living embodiment of potential. A living embodiment of potential. Yes, others do not understand. Yes, others do not. But that doesn't matter. You will be here long after they have chosen to perish. Your parents did this eventually. But eventually. It was sad, but the journey continues. Your parents, having chosen a remote part of the mountains of, I want to say Mountains of Light, but that's directly cribbing from a series. It's a really good series. I like it. The guy who did Honor Harrington, it'll come to me. The Mountains of Bright. To live. It's chose. I don't like the wording on that. Your parents chose a remote part of the mountains, right, to live and die. Live and die. Eventually, you needed the kind of seclusion without dragons and dungeons and other interruptions. For you, it was be taken into a monastery as an orphan. That was the best journey ever. Eventually you needed a special. That meant not the plane of Mechanus, bodies are engines, yes, but they are not mere mechanical machines. You chose Carceri for its unique, not lawful, but it doesn't move, it doesn't shift, it doesn't, what would we call that? It's unperturbable, unmovable, immutable. There we go. For its unique, immutable qualities. Okay. After a long, even by your standards, under its time period of contemplation, at last reached your peak. Now this place holds no more secrets. No more for you. You carry it within always. The journey continues. But the journey continues. I might add that or change that or shift that around anyway. Alright. God, there's so many martial arts ideas. And these range from everything like being able to attack while restrained, lighting fires with your fingers by rubbing them together, passing without trace across liquids, all the great cool stuff. Treasure. Something they value highly. Nothing. Right now, that's nothing. Focus speeds. Well worn. Alright. So, it's something. The monk is sort of isolated from everything else, and they're fun to play, but I don't know how much. Like most characters in the story, they are the protagonist, or the seeming protagonist, the Mad Max sort of wander in, do stuff, and exit stage left, not necessarily pursued by a bear, because, well, it's just a bear. The thing is, they don't generally leave an impression, or this is like Kung Fu, for example. David Carradine, I would much rather have seen it with Bruce Lee, but you get what you can. You go into stories, you go out of stories. You're generally unchanged by them. Samurai Jack is another good one. But that's that. Backpack. It's a backpack. No, it's a backpack. Alright. Age. Ageless. Height, yes. Indeed. 2. 2 eyes. Do they have a third eye? 2. Technically 2. Skin. Hard as diamond. Hair. Hair. Are they bald? Are they bald? As I prefer. Yes, indeed. If you want to go bald, go bald. If you don't want to go, don't. Not necessary either way. Again, the player will get the idea. Okay, so this has been the monk. We sketched him out. I'm still not satisfied with him. Like I said, there's a lot of gewgaws and shiny things that you want to have for the player. But other than that, they're a Samurai Jack character. They'll walk in, they'll walk out, they'll have a good time. And perhaps that's all we're really looking for here. Everyone can't have an intricate, detailed backstory that, they want to explore. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the character. Alright, so this has been Alan Develops. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk with the character creation process, such as it is. And stay safe and take care out there. Thanks.